ranking every single dinosaur in UGG. How this is gonna work is I'm gonna rank every single dinosaur in UGG based off of their stats, their trading value, and how they look. Without further ado, the first dinosaur is the Nubisaurus. Now, the Nubisaurus is pretty awesome for a couple reasons. First and most obviously, he's the first dinosaur you're ever gonna get in UGG, which is pretty cool. And also, his colors are awesome. Like, if we just look in here, there's so many, like, different vibrant colors. I don't know, I think it's awesome. And even though his stats aren't great, I think this dude just kind of has a lot of aura. So that's why I'm gonna put him in A tier. And our second contestant is the Razor Claw. So if we take our first looks at the Razor Claw, it actually looks pretty similar to the Nubisaurus, and not just looks. Because if we look over here, the only stat difference between the Razor Claw and the Nubisaurus is the size. Plus, this dude has nothing redeeming about it, and his trading quality is kind of bad, so I'm gonna put this dude in C tier. Now our third contestant is the Chatylodon. Wait, why is he so small? Bam! So the Chatylodon is a pretty interesting dinosaur because even though it has mid stats, he has a sick chin horn, and even though his trading value isn't that great, his colors are. I mean, look at these. Those are awesome. They're super vibrant. And that's why I'm gonna put him in B tier. He doesn't really have any game-breaking features. That's the only reason he's not any higher. Our next contestant is the Chomposaurus. Oh, and by the way, don't worry, I'm gonna pick out some really cool dinosaurs after this. I was getting all the boring ones out of the way so I could show you the cool ones. So off of first glance, he's actually pretty cool because he looks kind of derpy, and he has sick colors. Like, look at all these. Even the basic ones are actually pretty cool. Plus, his bundle looks awesome. These are very vibrant. I really like the tiger one. And even though his stats and his trading value kind of suck, kind of like the Chatylodon, he's really cute looking, and I kind of like him, so I'm gonna put him in B tier. Not as auraful as the Chatylodon, but I think he's still pretty cool. Alrighty, next up is the Raptor. Raptors are awesome for 5 reasons. Number 1 is that he's extremely fast. Like, faster than any dinosaur in UGG, excluding flying dinosaurs. And no, an Uglito does not count because an Uglito is literally a mix with a Raptor. Number 2 is that in the beginning of UGG, the Raptor was so OP that they made it a shop dinosaur, not an alpha. You had to buy him with 2,500 nugs. Number 3 is that Velociraptors in general, not just UGG Raptors, are actually awesome. I mean, I don't really need to explain why, but you know, they're pretty cool. Number 4 is that it was the first bundle I ever bought in UGG, and I'm really happy that I did it because first of all, the Raptor bundle has gone up in crazy in value, and you know, it just looks awesome. Number 5 is that I also really like his colors, especially the end ones like this, and this I think are awesome. Even these ones. And for those reasons, I think the Raptor is pretty deserving of S tier. Bam! Next up, we have the Magmadon. Okay, I gotta back up far for this dude just because of how ginormous he is. And bam! First off, this dude was the first Titan ever in UGG, which makes him really important. He has a sick design with all the cracks and stuff, and plus, all of his colors are like really bold, and I think they really match his theme. Need I say more because it's S tier? We have a third banger in a row, and that's the Torknash. Whoa! So he was the first tank in UGG, which meant that he made a big ripple in the UGG community. Because he was ginormous, and he had a really long neck, which made it new for feeding, and it was just a really cool experience. Plus, he's also really derpy, which I think kind of makes him cute, and I really like that. And on top of that, all of his colors are awesome. This is cool, which is the mother, by the way. This one's like a foresty one. This one's really cool. And I know I keep saying dinosaur colors are cool, but I swear I've been getting some really cool ones. These ones, kind of ugly. But everything else, awesome. I really like this one, by the way. It also reminds me of a Brachiosaurus, which is probably what it was based on, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna put this dude in A tier. It's only an A tier because he doesn't have nearly as much hype as he did before, but he's still an awesome dinosaur. Well, guess what? We've been getting banger after banger and a banger, and this is no exception because we have the Triceratops. Whoa. Okay, the hype around the Triceratops might have been the biggest thus far on this list. And that was because he was a limited time Titan, which meant that he would never be coming back in UGG. I mean, you should know the hype around the mother color. Like, it was crazy. Not to mention the hype around the Triceratops Triceratops' mother color. People were trading their entire inventory for that, and they still kind of are. I mean, he also just has a really cool design, like a skeleton plus a Triceratops. I don't know. Plus, his colors really match him. I don't know why. I just think they do. Plus, his trading value has barely gone down, and his egg prices have only been going crazier. And that's why I'm putting him in S tier. All right, now we're taking a step back with the Beastosaur. So the Beastosaur is a pretty well-rounded dinosaur, just like the Razor Claw and the Chatylodon and all those other dinosaurs. He's an alpha, and his stats are pretty mid, as you can tell over here. And his colors are all right. I would say his end colors are the only really cool ones. These ones are kind of meh. These two are really cool, though. But other than that, he doesn't really have much going for him, and his trading value is kind of doo-doo butt, so I'm gonna put him in C tier. Coming in as our second tank, we have the Grugadon. What the? How'd he go back there? So the Grugadon being the second tank on this list makes him pretty awesome. It's pretty similar to the Torgnash in a lot of ways, just because the two are very similar when it comes to stats and also kind of looks. But, you know, he doesn't have a lot going for him other than his colors, which I think are actually pretty unique. I do still think he's a pretty cool dinosaur though, so I'm gonna put him in B tier. Being the pioneer of a brand new dinosaur type, we have the Chuggedon. Wow! Now the Chuggedon is a super cool dinosaur, and not just because it was the first hybrid in the game, which I still think is pretty awesome because it's a really unique type of dinosaur. I mean, this dude literally has the stats of a Chatylodon and a Grugadon, but their best features combined, which means that obviously his stats are gonna be crazy. I mean, not even to mention how fast this dude is. Like, look at this. Plus, his reach is insane. I mean, as you would expect from a long neck, but still, it's awesome. And on top of that, his colors are super, like, vibrant and stuff. Like, look at all these, and these, and these. For those reasons, the Chuggedon is going in high A tier. And as our third tank in UGG, we have the Shelodon. And whoop! Now, this Shelodon is pretty awesome. So the Shelodon, just like the Grugadon, is a pretty normal tank. I mean, his patterns aren't crazy. It's a pretty laid-back design, to be honest. And, I mean, his stats are a little below average. And I know I say this a lot, but I swear his patterns are actually, like, really unique. Like this, that. The mother's pretty cool, actually. But colors can't save a dinosaur, so I'm gonna put him in B tier. Coming in as like a subclass of another class of dinosaurs, we have the Skelemag. Whopping! So the Skelemag is the first dinosaur in all of UGG to be mixed with two titans, as you could probably tell by his skeletal and magma's features, which would obviously mean that his stats are insane. I know it doesn't really bring it justice here, but I swear his stats are insane. Like, he has a ton of health, a ton of attack. He is kind of slow, but that's the only thing. And I will say his colors are pretty basic. I don't really like the blue colors, like the icy blue colors. It looks kind of weird. But I mean, other than that, he's a pretty cool dinosaur, and his trading value is pretty darn good. So I think you can expect I'm putting him in S tier. Next up, we have the Mammothor. Whoa! So the Mammothor, unlike other tanks, specifically references a real-life animal that used to exist called the mammoth, as you probably already know. Face the camera, mister. Much better. His hype was also pretty crazy because before the Christmas event, people were going bananas. Like, admins were giving out mammoths like crazy. Some people were duping them, and it was just pretty wild overall. And also, a ton of people bought his bundle when his bundle came out. And in general, his hype was pretty darn crazy. I never really understood the hype, but I think he's still a pretty cool and unique dinosaur. I'm gonna put him in A tier just because I think he has a cool design. Oh, also, I feel like I used to see everyone have this yin color. I don't know why. Coming in as our second hybrid, we have the Chimomosaurus. What the? So off-rip, the Chimomosaurus' stats aren't great, but that's not why everyone loves him. They love him because he's derpy, and his color palette is pretty awesome. Look at all these. Bam, 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 bam. For some reason, no one has this color. I feel like everyone's trying to look for it. Bam, 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 bam. And I don't know why, but I feel like he had more hype than the Chugadon. I don't know why. Maybe it's because there's more people, but he's a pretty normal dinosaur overall, especially when it comes to looks, because he's really derpy and his colors are pretty awesome. So I'm gonna put this dude in A tier. Okay, so a random dude just happened to join the same code as me, so I thought what better thing to do than rank the next dinosaur with him. So the next dinosaur I'm gonna be ranking with him is the Gertiosaurus. Cowabunga! What's cool about the Gertiosaurus is that on release he was only out for 3 hours, which made him super rare. Only like 2 months later did they actually release him fully for a whole week.
Yeah, and what I like on the Gertiosaurus is the thing on his head. It's a sort of a water dino. Yeah,
like this right here. However, the Gertiosaurus doesn't hold nearly as much trading value as it did when he was only out for 3 hours. It's still alright, but it's kind of just an average tank, which doesn't have a ton of value. Now, if we look into his colors, they're alright. Some of these are kind of cool, but other than that, they're not the most creative or anything, really. And his stats are alright. His attack is pretty trash, to be honest. So that's why I'm gonna place the Gertiosaurus in B tier.
let's go.
Next up, we have the king of the dinosaurs, the T-Rex. You see, the T-Rex is actually a very well-rounded hunter because of his stats and also just how he looks. I mean, as you would expect from the king of all dinosaurs, the T-Rex. Also, what's cool about him is that he has 2 bundles. One of those being the one you were just looking at, this guy. And that bundle was only $13, but you only got 2,500 nugs and no cosmetics. However, with the Jurassic bundle, you get this guy and all of the other benefits you could expect from a bundle. I'm putting him in A tier because he can't go any lower considering he's literally the king of all dinosaurs. Next up, combining 2 dinosaurs that I just ranked is the Gertie-Rex. Bam! I like the Gertie-Rex for a couple reasons. First of all, it's really strong because it's a hybrid with the king of the dinosaurs, the T-Rex, and a tank, the Gertiosaurus. Which obviously means that this dude's stats are gonna be crazy. And on top of his stats, all of his colors are actual bangers, bro. Like, these ones are like camouflage patterns. These ones are just like cool. These ones are cool. These ones are cool. I love them all, except for the mother color. The mother color looks stupid. And its trading value still holds up to this day. And for those reasons, he's a solid A tier. Coming in with a not so visually appealing dinosaur, we have the Uglysaurus. And whoop-boom! You see, the Uglysaurus is a pretty interesting dinosaur. Because number one, it is by far the ugliest dinosaur in all of Ugg, which was definitely intended. His saddle is also on his head, which I think is kind of cool. And somehow he's a tank. I mean, I get it, because I don't know what else he'd be, but he does not look like a tank, bro. And on top of that, this dude's stats are pretty doo-doo water. And so are his colors. I think the only thing that's actually carrying this dude is his trading value, and that's only because no one wanted to buy him. Yeah, he's gonna have to go into D tier. I'm sorry, buddy. Now, luckily, the next dinosaur isn't gonna be so ugly because it's the Cryodon. Bam! The Cryodon was a Christmas exclusive dinosaur, which meant you can't get him any other time of the year. And the way you would obtain his egg is actually pretty interesting. It would be just like the dinosaur at the end of the tunnel, but you would pull his tooth and you'd have to try to kill him. He would only have 50,000 health, but you would only have like a minute or so to kill him, so it was pretty difficult. But at the same time, they did make his odds pretty good, being a 1 in 25. And if you had a group of people with Gatling guns just absolutely churning him out, he would get destroyed. And the Cryodon was actually the first dinosaur in the game to make it so that every single person gets the egg as long as they dealt damage to him, which I think is pretty great because it enforces other people to work together to kill a boss. Plus, I just really like his icy design, and I think he's a really cool dinosaur, even though he's really slow and he kind of sucks. His colors are actually pretty cool. Like, these ones are like orange and like lava-y. The pink ones I think are pretty cool. These ones really embrace like the crystal caves, and these 2 lines of colors really just embrace the iciness of him. So I'm gonna put this dude in A tier. Coming back to a really ugly dinosaur, we have the Ugly Tail. Bam! So the Uglytoe is the 4th hybrid on this list, and he is a combination of the Rhapto in the Uglysaur. And as you would expect, the Uglysaur would make this dude ugly as hell. And this is shown from his right eye being extremely deformed compared to his other eye. Also, I really hate this one little tuft of hair right here. It looks really stupid. And his feet are all wonky. I don't know how they could do my boy Rhapto like this. I just can't believe it. I'm gonna have to put this dude in C tier. The only thing carrying him is the fact that he shares DNA with a Rhapto. Get out of here! How could they do my boy Rhapto so dirty? Coming back to a Christmassy theme, we have the Chilodon. Wah, wah, whoop! So the Chilodon, similar to the Cryodon, has an icy design, as you can see. He doesn't really have much going for him after that, because he's really just a Christmassy dinosaur, and his stats are kind of doo-doo, and his colors are alright, but, you know, it's not great. This dude is going in C tier for Chilodon. Definitely the only reason why I'm putting him in C tier. C tier doesn't mean bad, I promise. It stands for Chilodon. You have your own tier. That's how good you are, I promise. Alright, well, guess what? We have another brand new dinosaur type, and that's the flying dinosaur. Cowabunga! You see, this is the swoop jaw, and the swoop jaw introduced brand new mechanics for flying in UG. Like, the flying dinosaur type is so important that it introduced a brand new map into UG. And that map being the biggest in the entire game by far. Because, as I'm sure you know, when the swoop jaw dropped, everybody and their mama was trying to get this dinosaur, bro. Not to mention that his colors are actually pretty cool. Because they're all vibrant, and that's what a bird would look like, you know? Anyways, S tier, what'd you expect? And our last and most certainly least is the pterodactyl. The pterodactyl is literally just the swoop jaw, but a pterodactyl. And what makes me really annoyed about this dinosaur is that he was supposed to be the flying titan all the way up there, but the flaptor is now, which makes me really annoyed. Because number one, the pterodactyl is like the most known flying dinosaur in real life, like ever. And the fact that they would make that stupid thing instead of the pterodactyl, the titan, makes me really annoyed. Plus, this dude literally has the same stats as the Suja. And the thing is, he had such cool colors as well, which makes me so annoyed. I'm not sure how to feel if that's his fault or the Flaptor's fault that he's not the titan. Anyways, I'm kind of annoyed about this dinosaur. So I'll just put him in the middle of the road and put him in B tier. I mean, he's really nothing special. He's literally just a Suja, but reskinned. That's it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps me so much. Thank you for watching, and go have a great day. Bye bye.